This is Capitol Insider, taking you inside politics, policy, and government in Oklahoma. I'm Dick Pryor with Quorum Call publisher Sean Ashley. Sean, since the defeat of Senator Greg McCourtney in the Republican primary, the state Senate has been without a successor to outgoing Senate President Pro Tem Greg Treat. But the Republican caucus moved to select a pro tem designate last Monday, and they chose Senator Lonnie Paxton of Tuttle. Does he immediately take the position?
No, he does not. Treat formally remains President Pro Tem until mid-November, and Paxton said he will use the time between now and then to learn from Treat. Paxton's selection as Pro Tem designate will be up for another vote by the Senate Republican caucus in mid-November after all the members and new members have been elected or re-elected. If his election as Pro Tem designate is affirmed, he will face a final election January 7th, the legislature's organizational day, before the full Senate chamber. That's when his term really begins.
Assuming he wins, what would you expect from Paxton in terms of leadership style?
I asked Paxton why he thought Senate Republicans chose him as their pro tem designate. He said, "It's 8 years of knowing me," and added, "I think they would always say I treat them fairly and keep them informed about what's going on. From what I have seen of him as a committee chair, including his work on the redistricting committee and as assistant majority floor leader, that seems like a pretty good description."
As pro tem, Senator Treat occasionally bumped heads with Governor Stitt. They disagreed from time to time. Will Paxton operate differently?
I think it's probably too early to say. And remember, Treat and Stitt started off on good terms. Treat, for example, was the Senate author in 2019, Stitt's first year in office, of a series of bills that gave the governor sole appointment authority over 5 state agencies' directors. In recent years, however, differences between the governor's office and both chambers of the legislature seem to have become a little more ingrained, despite the supermajorities in the legislature. But that's perhaps how it should be, since they are different branches of government with checks and balances on the other.
At least 3 school districts, Norman, Moore, and Stillwater, have announced they are not going to place Bibles in the classroom or require teachers to teach from the Bible. They are defying State Superintendent Ryan Walters' edict to require that all Oklahoma school districts incorporate the Bible into the curriculum in grades 5 through 12. Do we know what repercussions might come to districts that do not comply with Walters' directive?
We really don't know yet. Walters wrote in his June 27th memorandum to school districts, "Adherence to this mandate is compulsory." And he added, "Immediate and strict compliance is expected." But he didn't say what would happen if they did not do it. He did indicate further instructions for monitoring and reporting on this implementation for the 2024-25 school year will be forthcoming. So it seems we will have to wait for that to see exactly what might happen to districts that don't abide by his requirement.
Has the State Board of Education weighed in on this?
No, the State Board of Education has yet to take a vote on any matter related to this. Since issuing this edict, Superintendent Walters has indicated that the state will be reworking its social studies curriculum standards, including an emphasis related to the Bible and its role in the foundation of the United States. But that is still probably a year from finally being put to the board for a vote.
The order in which the parties will be listed on the November general election ballot has been decided through a drawing. How does that work?
State Election Board Secretary Paul Zirix conducted the drawing Tuesday. The names of the 3 recognized political parties were printed on 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper that were folded in half and placed in a large box that was thoroughly shaken to mix them around. A state election board staff member then drew each piece of paper from the box. First Libertarians, then Republicans, and finally Democrats. That's the order candidates' names will appear on the general election ballot, followed by independents, who are listed last according to state law. The process is the result of a 1990s lawsuit, Zurich said, that challenged Oklahoma's state law that required Democratic candidates to be listed first, followed by Republicans, then candidates from any other recognized parties, and then independents.
And now you know. Thank you, Sean.
You're very welcome.
For more information, go to quorumcall.online. You can find audio and transcripts at kgou.org and look for Capital Insider where you get podcasts. Until next time with Sean Ashley, I'm Dick Pryor.
Here at Shortwave Space Camp, we escape our everyday lives to explore the mysteries and quirks of the universe. We find weird, fun, interesting stories that explain how the cosmos is partying all around us. From stars to dwarf planets to black holes and beyond, we've got you. Listen now to the Shortwave podcast from NPR.